You sound like Blakely in Roberson. That's what they used to always say whenever I'd come in. Like, wouldn't smile, just call it. H2 was dropping more.
my orange? Because I'm cute. Wow. No, shut up.
So we're going to go ahead and get started. Would anybody like to utilize open forum?
Hello, everyone. For those of you who are new to Student Senate, my name is Heather Mann, and I am the president of Spectrum, Auburn University's Gay Straight Alliance. You're all going to be seeing a lot of me, so I promise you will not be able to forget my name. I will say it every time. This week, our meeting is going to be on intersectional allies. We will be at Student Center 2223 at 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday. We do not have an official SGA liaison yet, so this will be sort of my turn to do a informal liaison report. Also, World Tumors Rainbow, we will be having that this Saturday, the 22nd. We'll have a tailgate on Sanford Lawn at 11 a.m. If Auburn wins, obviously we're going to be throwing rainbow toilet paper literally everywhere, except the young trees. We don't want to hurt them. If we lose or if it gets rainy, we will postpone it until Saturday the 29th. And for those of you who are returning senators, I've spoken a lot about my work on establishing OSTEM out in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. For those of you not familiar, it is a national organization that supports and empowers LGBT students in STEM fields. And we have recently had officer elections, so we are a lot closer to applying for provisional organization status.
How y'all doing? Good. First off, I want to congratulate all the new senators in here. I see there's a lot of new blood in here, so y'all doing an awesome thing for being here. So my name is Daniel Bear. I'm head friend of Albee. This past year, this is my outgoing year. This is Noah Parker. He's also a friend of Albee. Typically, we don't do this kind of thing, but we're here to come and give you guys a little bit of glimpse into our lives and tell you all about tryouts coming up in the next month or two. So,
So, you all, I don't know if you're familiar with the terminology or not. So, what is a friend of Albee? A friend of Albee is someone who helps bring Albee to life. He embodies Albee's character, takes you to events, travels all around the country, is in the middle of the field for cheers before every football game. So, a lot of cool things. I'm sure you all see Albee all over campus at numerous different events, all the sporting events. So we are having tryouts. They are at the end of March.
March
and
23rd.
March 23rd and 24th. And we're looking for anyone to come try out and be a part of the program. So,
So I think for me, as an outgoing student leader here, for me to come and stand in front of some of my peers, a lot of y'all don't know me. I know some of y'all do, but this is kind of a call to action to some of y'all to say, if any of y'all want to try out, please come and try out. It is an absolutely amazing experience. Hands down, I would do it for another 2 years, but I can't. But this has been my life for the past 2 years, and I would love if y'all know anyone, anybody that you guys might know that might have an inkling of wanting to come and try out. A lot of the hardest things on getting people to try out is they don't know they want to try out. You know, we get to travel pretty much all over the country. We went out to California, we went out to New York last year, probably 2 times. We went to Chicago. You know, it is an absolute blast, and I can't speak how passionate I am about this program. But I'm urging you guys, like, we need some great, awesome people, and we need some student leaders up here. So if you guys know anybody, please, my phone number, if y'all all want to write it down, ladies, this is for you. Not really, but my phone number is 850-502-9359. And it's 850-502-9359. If y'all know anybody, give them my contact info. Tell them to call me, tell them to call Miller. What's your phone number?
205-914-0777.
That is the important one. I'm not
He's taking them, so.
So thank you all. Any questions?
Yeah, are graduate students or professional students eligible to?
Of course, yeah. Yeah. So if you know anybody, please tell them to come out. So thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Naomi, and I'm the Union Liquor Cousin of the Auburn OC everybody. My name is Kevin Coonrod. I'm the University Ombudsperson, and I have been to an Omni trial. I wasn't the guy in the tiger suit, but it looked like a lot of fun. And if any of you guys would like to try it out for that, I recommended this for the last of these I could choose to be. Congratulations to all of you for putting out a good campaign, getting elected, and being ready to engage in a year of constructive work. I sit in these meetings since 2013, and I have watched people develop their rhetorical skills. I have watched them develop their critical thinking skills, and I can guarantee you I've watched people form the foundation of lifelong relationships. This is the work and the very hard work that you do in there. Congratulations to the new cabinet. I can tell you all you're in very good hands. Ombudsperson, what's that? It's a silly name. Nobody knows what it means. I'm essentially here to help anybody associated with the university work through a problem. So I do this with faculty, staff, A&P people, administration, and students. I come and I sit in on all of the faculty meetings and all the staff meetings and all of the SGA meetings as well. And I do that so I can really understand what's going on in the university, because if I'm here to help somebody, to guide them, to let them know what to expect if they have a problem, and help them visualize and create problems with which to get to that solution, I need to know as much as I can about what people want, what people expect. And so I'm a confidential resource. I'm somebody you can go to and we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. You don't have to worry about me relating that off to anybody else unless I hear something I think is a threat of extraordinarily harmful danger to somebody else. Other than that, we can talk about whatever you want. I've helped students negotiate the student conduct system, academic honesty. I get phone calls after exam session every now and then. I've helped roommates get together in a mediation and work out problems and plan a better relationship toward the end of the quarter. I know a lot of people around campus. I'm not an advocate myself. I'm a neutral party, but I know people that can be advocates or who might be able to give you the help that you need. As I listen to you too, I oftentimes talk with administrators. I'm not an administrator. I'm an independent resource. I'm just kind of hanging out there without really anybody overlooking me telling me what to do. And the reason for that is that people should need a confidential place they can go to without having to worry about anybody trying to foist somebody's agenda on them. So if you're having troubles with professors, we might be able to brainstorm things out. I do a lot of coaching. And if the professor agrees, we might also have a conversation facilitated by me. A lot of times in those situations, I just coach people on how to have that conversation, how to have a difficult conversation, and how it can turn out to be a benefit to you. So I'm in the Quad Center building. It's where Scholastics and Recruitment is, halfway between here and Mill Street. It is no charge to anybody, and I've had a ball here since 2013, and I'm looking forward to this year, and I wish you all a great year. Thank you. Any questions at all about what an ombudsman does? An ombudsperson. Okay. I hope to see either some of you or especially your constituents. So please refer them. Thank you.
Hey guys, my name is Jacob Smith. I was a member of cabinet last year. I was the director of health and wellness for SGA. One of the big projects that I worked on for actually the past 2 years in that position was to incorporate a sexual assault nurse examiner program into the Auburn University Medical Clinic. It's been a ton of work, and it's been something that I've seen a lot of like a groundswell of support from the student body, and I've been really encouraged by that because it's only with sort of the knowledge that goes behind it and sort of the education piece that you understand why the program is so important that you do see a support network sort of built around. So I'm here tonight to sort of introduce you guys to that program, but also to give you the opportunity to support it. So I want you all to like take out your phones, do something, make sure that you have this link. And then also, did you guys get like Julianne sent or Jackson an email so you guys will, I'm going to tell Jack to send you guys the email, but on Wednesday, it's a very important day in establishing this program, and we need all of your help if you're available to sign up for either the concourse or we're doing things in conference room B at the Student Center option to give less. So you actually have to go to like give now and then type in just $5. Yeah. Definitely encourage like your friends, roommates, anybody can donate.
War Eagle. Hey everybody, if we haven't had a chance to meet yet, my name is Erin Huntley, and I'm going to have the honor and privilege over the next year to serve as your SGA president. It gets weirder and weirder the more that I say it, but it is a thing. So I'm really excited to be in this room. If you know anything about my Army experience, Senate has been a huge part of that. I had the opportunity to serve in the Senate over the last 3 years. My freshman year as technician, so doing this job, and then the last 2 years in that seat right there. So Senate really did shape me into the leader that I am and give me the love for SGA that I have. So take advantage of this year. I know I mentioned this last week, but soak up every single second, because you never know how this is going to change you. So I have 3 quick things I need to run by y'all. The first is filling vacancies within your colleges. So last week I sent emails out to all of your deans regarding the vacancies that y'all might have had for schools council president, vice president, or senator. Please make sure that if your dean contacts you all as elected officials to help with that process, that y'all are creating fair and equitable processes. I know I sent names to the deans regarding students that had already reached out to me, but that in no way means that they have to pick from that specific pool of students. So please make sure that you're creating a process that allows all students that are interested to be able to apply, so y'all pick the best person for your school or college. Secondly, keep in mind that I know y'all are in the legislative branch now, but the executive branch has applications out with cabinet applications. So AVP applications are due on the 25th, and director applications are due on the 4th. The 4th, awesome. So please make sure that you're encouraging your constituents or anybody that you know that's interested in applying to apply for those positions. It's an open application, so they really only have to do it once. And you want to interview, and then they're done. So if they end up going out for an AVP position and not getting that position, they wouldn't have to re-interview if they're still interested in a director. So that's a really neat thing that we're implementing this year. The link is really simple. It's avp.ie/apply for SGA. It's in my Insta bio, like shameless plug there. So you can always refer people back to that. Just really easy, really simple, but we want amazing people to be a part of this team this year, so please encourage those students to apply. And lastly, I'm really excited to get to introduce the rest of the executive team today. So y'all have met me, y'all have met Hayes. We haven't met Caroline, who's our other elected official, as well as our newly selected appointed positions within SGA Exec. So we're really excited to introduce this team. I'm really excited to see all the amazing things that they're going to do throughout this next year, and how we're going to leave SGA better than we found it when we look back a year from now. So I will stop talking, because I know y'all have a lot to do. I want to give them this time to introduce themselves as well. Also, just a quick shout out, like I am a resource if you need it. Been in Senate for a long time, so please reach out. Thanks, y'all.
Hey y'all, as I said, my name is Caroline Willoughby. I'm going to be serving as your SGA treasurer this year. I'm most looking forward to working with the budget and finance team really closely and bringing y'all some legislation that will really affect the student body in a very powerful way. I hope like throughout this year you guys just know how much of an impact you're making on the student body. It's really only recently that I like saw all the work that we did come to fruition, and it's really exciting to know that you're changing the pulse of this campus. So I look forward to seeing what y'all do, and I look forward to this year for y'all. So y'all enjoy it. Thank you guys so much.
Hey y'all, my name is Landon McNelledge. I'm a junior studying biomedical sciences pre-med. However, I have the awesome opportunity to serve as the Executive Vice President of Communications and Marketing, pending your approval. This year, I'm super excited to work towards making that statement, unifying all that is Auburn, come to life through telling Auburn's SGA story. Super excited to work with you and getting your college representatives on board, especially schools council, and utilizing other organizations found within your college, as well as using other SAOs to help with this and get a more diverse perspective on how we're communicating, how we're advocating for students. So,
Hey y'all, I am Sarah Jane Levine, and I'm a junior majoring in apparel merchandising, and I'm pending y'all's approval. I will be the Executive Vice President of Initiatives. So Initiatives goes from anywhere from dining, transportation, athletics, academics. And so I have notes, I'm sorry. I got to serve as an art senator this past year. And so if y'all ever need anything, please reach out. And I really look forward throughout this confirmation process working with y'all. And if y'all ever need anything, please reach out.
hey guys, guys, congratulations again on being elected to Senate. My name is Michael Bennett, and I, pending your approval, have the opportunity to serve as Executive Vice President of Outreach. And so what that looks like with Senate is working to make sure we're getting good student feedback and understanding what students want to see on this campus to make sure that we can serve them in the best way possible. So thank you guys.
So is that all for open forum? Just a reminder, as they said, this is all pending your approval, so that'll be one of the first pieces of legislation that y'all get to vote on here in the next couple of weeks. So we now, the senators that weren't here last week, could we get you to stand up and introduce yourself, and we're going to swear you.
All right, I'll start. Hey guys, my name is Tyler Ward. Major political science. I'm going to serve as a Center for the College of Liberal Arts. I'm super excited to get to work with you guys. And that's about it.
Hi everybody, my name is Will Beatty. I'm an assistant engineering, civil engineering. Back for a second term and super excited to work with y'all this year and have a great time.
Wait, continue. So now we're just going to get you all to repeat after Pierce.
Words are on the screen too. Please repeat after me. I do solemnly promise.
I do solemnly promise.
Okay, let's say it together. I do solemnly promise to support the Constitution and the laws of the Student Government Association of Auburn University,
I do solemnly promise to support the Constitution and the laws of the Student Government Association of Auburn University,
and to perform the duties of my office to the best of my ability.
and to perform the duties of my office to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Okay, so now, senators, can you please click in for roll call, and everyone just be clicking A on those eye clickers.
Hey, we have med schools.
I know.
Hey, just go by the number today.
Go by the number?
Yeah, we'll never come.
One more person.
My clicker stopped turning on.
Okay.
Neither is med schools. We can give you a piece of paper. Thanks.
All right, so now we're going to kind of get started with the STEM orientation. So first off, I just want to preface this by, this is a lot of like basic information, maybe you've heard it before, but this is all really important stuff, and we wouldn't be telling you if we didn't think it was important. And you're also going to get tested on this. There'll be 2 parts of the orientation, one this week and one next week, and you have to pass with a 90% on the test to be able to use these. So this is the SGA mission statement. It says serving and promoting the individual student and unifying all that is all. Does anybody want to tell me what this means to them? Need somebody.
So as you know, like a big thing that we harp on is the Auburn family, but I think with this role, we have an opportunity to make sure that those who sometimes don't feel like the Auburn family do, and make sure that we're representing all of the Auburn family, and with that, we're able to serve in this role, promote the Auburn family that we talk about, and unify the Auburn family that exists.
Anybody else? So my favorite part of this is the unifying all that is Auburn. We all come from different backgrounds, have different tastes and different interests, but I mean, we all have one common goal, and that's like the betterment of Auburn. And I kind of relate it to a Saturday in Jordan-Hare Stadium when you have 87,000 people all cheering for the same team and just from so many different backgrounds, and I love that part of it. It's really a great mission statement. Like, look at other universities. Here's talks about Baylor's, and it was like,
Building a better Baylor.
so really, really appreciate what this is, and take it to heart because it's awesome. So we'll just kind of go through the organizational chart of SGA. As Ada Ruth was talking about earlier, we have the executive branch, which is cabinet. And so I don't know if y'all are super familiar with SGA, but there's a whole other group that meets on Mondays at 6:15 before y'all. And that's going to be people under initiatives and under outreach and under communications and marketing. But it has the executive officers, assistant vice presidents who will go through that appointment process and interviews next week, and then we get down to directors and assistant directors. So now we have us, which is the legislative branch. So we have 34 student senators, 29 are from colleges, and then 5 are at large. And then we also have schools council, which was voted on in the election as well. We also have a judicial branch of SGA. So the judicial branch is a little different because it's used as needed. So thankfully, we're doing our job if judicial is not needed very much. But they are also very important, just as important as the other two branches. I also want to apologize for my voice. I've lost it, so just bear with me throughout the rest of this. So some expectations and responsibilities of SGA. I apologize, but I'm just going to read off the presentation for this. All registered students at Auburn University at Auburn, Alabama are, upon payment of the student activities fee, members of this organization. Such membership to be subject to all rules and regulations as may be herein and hereafter enacted by this organization. Members of this organization will be entitled to vote in the Student Government Association elections. Student Government Associations shall be organized into 3 branches: the legislative, the executive, and the judicial. I think this is really important because, yes, we represent a lot of other students, and that is our job, but you have to remember, they are just as much part of SGA as we are. Whether running an election or not, or applying for cabinet or not, everybody is a part of this organization, and that's one of the really cool parts of it. So, the SGA president's role within Senate is to appoint all members of the executive cabinet with the approval of the 2/3 vote, which we talked about earlier. The president also has the ability to veto bills of law passed by the student senate. If they do not veto those bills within 10 days, they can become law without the president's signature. They will also serve as a voting member of the Auburn University Senate, which meets either once a month or once every 2 months. But the president may also appoint, with the approval of 2/3, a full-time representative to that position. So last year, for example, Carlos Smith, the vice president, was that representative for Mary Margaret. So the SGA vice president is execute the powers and duties of the president of the Student Government Association in his or her temporary absence, preside over all meetings of the Student Senate, and to cast a vote in the Student Senate only to make or break a tie. So I will not be able to participate in any discussion that is had. The important thing to remember is I will just kind of moderate it, but I will be able to vote if we do have a tie on such issues. And with 34 senators, a tie is possible. So appoint the members of all committees of the Student Senate and serve as ex officio members of all such committees. So for example, that would be like the liaison positions. They will be the ex officio members of those committees because they cannot officially vote in the Senate, but we will invite them to attend every meeting. So the SGA treasurer, be responsible to the Student Government Association for any information related to the student activities fees. Be responsible to the Student Senate for continuing surveillance of expenditures of student activity fees, and assist the chairman of the Budget and Finance Committee in establishing a date to begin allocation hearings for the student activities fees. So the Budget and Finance Committee will be the ones working most closely with the treasurer. That's just how it is. But the SGA treasurer is just as involved with Senate as I am, or Ada Ruth is, or any other EVP position. So now we'll get into kind of the organization of the legislative branch, and really pay attention to this part because this is going to hopefully help you determine what committee you want to be a part of. So I talked about it earlier, 29 of the members are elected from various schools and colleges. 5 are at large. And each school and college shall have at least 1 senator. Additional senators shall be apportioned annually by the Student Senate to reflect as nearly as possible school and college enrollment. And we did that back in the fall of 2019 for this term. So this is it in the formula. So what we did is we took the total enrollment, which is $29,938, and we divided it by the total number. Sorry, I messed up. We have 5 at-large senators in one Metro School Senate, which means that leaves 28 senators for the other schools and colleges. So we took that number, 29,000, divided by 28, which is where we got this 1,069.2142. And so after that, we took the total number of enrollment for each school and divided it by that 1,069.2142 number to get our number of senators per college. And what that 1,069 number basically represents is how many senators there are per student. And so what we did is when we got our raw number of senators based on where it fell below 5, we rounded it up. So for example, education has 2.49, that would be rounded down to 2, whereas CATSE has 1.56, which was rounded down to 2. So our president pro tempore shall be elected by members of the student senate, which we are going to do tonight, and it's going to be a member within the senate. The pro temp will assist the student president in their duties, preside over meetings in the absence of the senate president. They will meet with the senate president to determine what action has been taken by the SGA president on bills passed by the student senate and report back to the student senate. I think this is very important because it kind of keeps Ada Ruth informed on what we're doing, because she's a very busy girl and she's not going to be able to make it to every senate. Hopefully she can, but if she doesn't, this allows good transparency between cabinet and senate. So the pro temp will also serve as the chair of the Senate Exec Committee, and therefore will not be on any standing committee. So our Senate standing committees are academic affairs, budget and finance, code of laws, inclusion and diversity, and student affairs, as well as the Senate Executive Committee, which we just talked about. So we'll kind of go and talk about each one. Academic affairs I can kind of touch on because that's what I was last year. It wasn't my first choice. It was actually my third, but it was so fun. I learned so many different things this year that I never thought I would get to learn, and like I got to see a different side of Auburn, and just like academic affairs. There were a lot of like long-term projects, and so y'all heard a lot of people talk about reading days or like excuses for interviews, and like that's stuff that we get to work on, and like, people have been working on a while. It's really exciting to see because I got to see a lot of like projects that could potentially like alter Auburn in good ways for a really long time. So I would plug for academic affairs. I mean, it affects. I mean, all these committees affect every student, but I mean, we are here for our academics, and so that's why I think this is so important. Budget and finance. So we make recommendations to student senate regarding the allocation of the student activity fees, work with the SGA treasurer to review the status of the fee, and examine requests for funds from the student activity fee reserve fund, and make recommendations to the student senate. Budget and finance is a very attractive Senate committee, and I know I wasn't able to work on it, but I do know that they work closely with Caroline, and if you're, it's not going to all be business students, so if you're thinking about it, if you're not a business student, you're interested in it, please go for it, because we want as many people from different areas as we can in each committee. So our code of laws committee, so on paper, this may not seem like the most interesting committee, but it is probably our most important committee, just because this is like our law, and it's like our constitution, and if you want to see an election law change, this is the committee that you need to go on. They probably had the most bills passed in the Senate last year, and it's a very important committee, and it's one that's very needed, and we definitely need people going for it, because there are a lot of tangible things that can be affected, and a lot of needs that people don't really think about. So like I know I touched on election law, but that's probably not your first thought when you think code of laws. But that is very important, and we know that there's a lot of different things that go on with elections. So, inclusion and diversity. Consider the needs and interests of Auburn students in regards to diversity, equity, and inclusion, and take take action by working to create policy conditions to meet those needs and interests. Work with student organizations that represent the many groups and cultures of Auburn University. I know last year Andy got to be really close with Heather, the president of Spectrum, and so you get to meet a lot of really good people because that's basically what we're doing. We want to get in touch with as many organizations around campus and really feel like they're a part of SGA. So student affairs, consider the needs and interests of all the students in regards to student affairs, facilities, initiatives, and campus safety. And take action by working to create policies and conditions to meet those needs and interests. Work with various student organizations, initiatives, and departments to improve student affairs. This is what I like to call the umbrella committee. I think the student affairs kind of touches on just basically your everyday needs on campus. And so if it wasn't in those first four committees, it's going to fall under student affairs. It's a really exciting committee. And there was a lot of really cool stuff that got to get done. I know the last group passed the MIA POW, like prisoner of war chair in Jordan Hare Stadium. And that was like one of my favorite pieces of legislation last year. So it's a really cool committee. And I would encourage, literally all these are great. So can't speak on any one specifically besides academic affairs just because that was my experience. But whatever you're interested in, please go. So the exec committee, this is what I talked about earlier. This is going to be made up of the committee chairs, and it will be led by the president. And so they work to optimize the efficient student senate business. There was resolve questions of jurisdiction and conflict emerges between other standing committees. And so, in addition to whatever committee chairs are on, or whatever people are committee chairs, in addition to normal standing committee meetings, you also have the exec committee meetings. So liaisons, I don't know if I touched on this earlier, but the student senate shall have the right to appoint non-voting liaison or advisor members at its discretion. Last term, the student senate had liaisons from the following constituencies: honors college, ISO, ROTC, student veterans, and university housing. This was something that meant a lot to me last year because there were a lot of things that I had no idea were happening on campus, and I found out through the liaison positions. This is something that I want to continue to utilize and hopefully bring other organizations all these positions, but they're very valuable. And these are appointed ex officio members of Senate, and so they will also be on the standing committees, but they won't be able to vote. So we have our Senate front table. So Jonathan Ham right here is going to be our technician, and the technician is responsible for recording all voting procedures via the iClicker. And so that's how we're going to vote on bills and take attendance. So we have the exec secretary, which will sit right here, and responsible for taking minutes of all the student senate meetings. We're hoping to name one in the coming weeks, as well as a parliamentarian who's responsible for ensuring the student senate proceedings follow parliamentary procedure, which is Robert's Rules of Order. If you aren't familiar with what that is, it's kind of all of the Senate lingo, and that's really exciting because it kind of keeps the integrity of Senate in my eyes. And so, just an example, last year I was an at-large senator, so before I would speak, I would say my name and then at-large, and be cast it at-large, and then get my point on it. And so that's just kind of how we follow the meeting orders, and it's really fun. So our freshman senators are a member of SGA Freshman Forum. We're selected in the fall. We only have one with us tonight. So Hannah was also elected. She was a freshman. Is there one more that was?
There are like 3 more of us.
No, that was elected. Okay, so Hannah's the only one that will be joining us in the elected spot. But there are 3 more freshman senators, and they will be joining. And they are going to continue out through the rest of the year because the new freshman class, freshman forum class, will not be named until August or September. So we're happy to have them. They're a valuable part because they kind of give our read on the freshman groups. So we'll go through some responsibilities of the Senate. So we want to make sure we are listening to the concerns, ideas, and opinions of our constituents. We want to voice their perspective to students, and that's kind of what you're in this role to do. It's not always going to be your personal interests, personal ideas. and you want to continue to update them on what happens and advocate for them to their schools. So some responsibilities. You want to attend Student Senate every Monday night at 7:30 in this room. It is business professional dress. You also need to attend your committee's weekly meeting, and then you also need to fulfill your student involvement in school, college, office hours. So we won't have office hours this week. We'll do that probably starting next week. But I challenge each of y'all over the next week to speak to at least 3 of your constituents. And so we have something to report. So we're going to go around and do reports of colleges next week. And so we want to have something to bring to the table. So that is your office hour for the week, is talking to your 3 constituents. So last responsibility, at least once in an executive committee meeting person this year. And we'll have a set date and time for that. But let me know when that one will do. So I just want to talk about responsibilities like one last time. We have these responsibilities up here, but that is honestly the bare minimum. If you're only doing that, then you're not doing everything you need to be sitting in these seats. That is responsibility, but the expectation is that you go above and beyond and really like work hard at this. People trust you, putting you in these seats. You have to remember this is a job. There are a lot of other people that want to do this, and I know like some of you might have run unopposed, but like for the people, for the positions that nobody went for, and Ruth and I have had 6 and 7 people trying to get that specific seat. So maybe they were scared, or maybe like they didn't really know they wanted to do that. But remember, like you were in this position because people trusted in you. So just like really take advantage of that and really work hard at that, because I know that people are dying to get in these seats, even though there might not have been time to do it. So now we're going to do nominations for Senate Pro Tem. So I would ask if anybody has any nominations, to go ahead and say that. And after that, if anybody else in the room can second that, I ask that you do that because that is part of the parliamentary procedure.
Second.
Anybody else? Okay, so I guess. Okay, why don't you come up here and kind of give your little spiel that you.
Hey guys, my name is Andrew Disneys. I'm a sophomore from Mobile, Alabama. I represent college business. Want to run for pro tem just because, one, my main role would be supporting Hayes as vice president and whatever platform points that he has. One of those that we looked into was increasing the total number of voting seats within Student Senate. So that would be maybe adding an honors college seat, adding more at-large senators, or increasing the proportions of each college's voting seats as well. So that was kind of one thing that I was looking into. Second was the college office hours. So there are 2 office hours that we have to complete as senators. One's the involvement hour and one's the college office hour. College office hour, normally that's spent within one's college building. So like for me, since I represent college business, I'd be in Loudoun. Excuse me, sorry. So that time was spent, waiting for constituents to come in and speak to me about their concerns. I noticed that last year, not a lot of people were coming and talking to me about their concerns. So I want to look into better ways to reach out to constituents and ask for their feedback and things like that. So things would be like going into classrooms, going into organizations, asking their feedback on certain issues, such as like alcohol and sale of alcohol in the stadium during games and stuff. So those are kind of 2 points that I was hoping to bring to the table and get it done through my term as a pro tem. So thanks.
So actually, we're just gonna vote like we did, but we are gonna give you so
So explain, so if you're voting in favor, you'll click A, and then if you're voting in opposition, you'll click B.
so and like in parliamentary procedure, when we vote on things, I will say all those in favor, and so all those in favor say aye and click A, and so you click aye and say A, and then after that I'll say all those not in favor, please click D and say no. And so all those in favor, please click aye and say yes. Or please click A and say yes. Aye. All those not in favor. You get 3 more.
So everyone just doesn't mind clicking A one more time.
Alright, so now we're gonna pass out the committee clerk sheet. So we're gonna take a couple minutes to do that. Also, when you're filling that out, if you want to be committee chair, please remember to check that mark. anybody have any like general questions? I know that was a lot, but about how Senate works, or I know y'all asked a lot of questions on those cards last week, and a lot of good ones. But we're gonna go through Senate orientation number 2. I think we'll be able to answer some of those, and I'll kind of pull up some of those questions that y'all asked that maybe we couldn't answer, and kind of answer them in front of everybody. But right now, if you don't have any questions about what we just went over. All right.
When is our test?
It's gonna be right after the next orientation. And if you don't pass, you have 1 more chance. Yeah. So, like we said earlier, there are not going to be any office hours this week. But I really encourage y'all to talk with 3 constituents because that's what drives the conversations in here. And we can't really get anything done without like tangible like evidence, I guess. But like we want to hear what people have to say because when we go to administrators, like we need to be able to back up everything we're doing. So this will just be a good way for everybody to kind of get accustomed to that and start out on the right foot. We are going to be selecting, so Andrew and I will be the ones interviewing for Senate like chairs people, and then once we get that, we will also kind of put you into each standing committee. And honestly, like I said, academic affairs was my 3rd ranked committee last year, but it ended up being so fun. So whatever committee you get on, just like please be open to that. And I'm hoping that I can get everybody in their 1st or 2nd choice. But if it's not, just be open to that because I promise you, you're going to get into what you're going to get out of it what you put into. And so just have an open mind because all those committees are very important and all of them can be a lot of fun. You can get a lot of really good people.
Awesome. So, as Hayes talked about, instead of having an office hour this week, it's encouraging you all to talk to 3 of your constituents at some point, and then next week, each school and college will go alphabetical order. Will have the opportunity to give a report and talk about what they learned. So, use this next week to have 3 conversations about ways to continue to further the student experience. This is really to help give you all practice with the idea of gathering feedback. This is one of the most important things you all can do, and you're going to hear us talk a lot about is how are we gathering feedback? What do our constituents say? So tonight we're going to spend a couple minutes just talking about what it means to gather feedback. So when gathering, your primary responsibility as a student senator is to represent the students who elected you. Each of y'all is in this room because someone is voted for you and is saying that they have confidence that you will be their voice on the Senate floor and pass legislation that will then lead to change enacted by administrators on campus. So to represent means to act or to speak for someone. And so asking yourself, how can you speak for someone if you do not speak to them to learn what they want you to say? Student Senate cannot operate in a vacuum if we want to lead to change on campus and to be taken seriously by both our constituents and administrators on campus. So we have to constantly be going out and asking our peers, asking our classmates what they think about topics that we're voting on. This is the reason why we send out legislation beforehand, so that you can ask your classmates what they think about it, so that you can truly vote on their behalf. So ways to gather feedback. Have accessible and well-publicized office hours. So starting in, next week, you will be expected to have an hour in your school or college's building where you can be accessible for people to come up to you and talk to you. So at large, you have the opportunity to be in other high traffic areas on campus so that people can come to you and voice their opinions and concerns. When you do that, document the conversations that you're having. You could also host town halls, attend student organization events within your school or college, administer a survey, let students write on a whiteboard, monitor social media. There are so many ways to really monitor the pulse of what your constituents are saying. So when you're sitting there waiting for class to start or waiting for study groups, listen to what your friends are complaining. People love to complain. And as you start to slowly monitor what they're saying, you're going to start to notice themes, and then that will allow you to then come to the Senate floor and talk about, here's what my constituents feel about this topic. And so, as saying that, it's not just about you gathering lot of times during your report, it can be very easy to say, hey, we have, my college has this event, come out, tell all your friends. But it's so much more powerful to use that time to say, hey, here's information I learned during my office hour this week. Is anyone else, did y'all hear similar things? And then using that to bounce ideas off each other. So instead of viewing it as just updates on what's happening in your school or college, use that as an opportunity to share feedback and ideas with each other. But also doing that in your committee meetings, collaborating with your cabinet and collaborating with your cabinet counterparts. So in short, feedback is what's going to make us effective as a student body, because it's what's going to allow us to do what we were elected to do, which is represent the people who elected us. So really excited for each of y'all this year to prioritize gathering student feedback, because it's going to allow us to represent the people that aren't in this room. That's all I got. Thank you.
And for attendance, just go ahead and click A.
Click out.
Okay, that's totally fine, sorry, I was trying to, but yeah, I just wanted to say,
No,